Welcome back to Am I Tesla Guy? All things Tesla from just an ordinary guy in Michigan. On this video, we're going to talk about something that a lot of people have opinions on, and that is the summon feature in Teslas. Some love it, some hate it, some have very little opinion on it, some think it's a party trick, some people use it every day. What do I think? And more importantly, how does it work? Stick around with me and find out. So what is summon? Well, my definition of summon would be it is the ability for the car to move forward, backward, or quite frankly, drive without a driver in the car. It is something that for most people, I believe they're going to use from their Tesla app on their phone. However, you will find out there's actually a way to do forward and reverse summon from right inside your car and then getting out of the car. And we'll get to that in a moment. Now, there are certain restrictions on how far forward it'll go, how far back, restrictions on how the smart summon feature will work. But I think we need to start with who has this feature and where can you find the official Tesla information on it. Summon is a feature that you will find on cars that have full self-driving. I do have people ask me, do I have to have full self-driving or FSD to be able to have the summon feature? And the answer is no. It is a feature of both enhanced autopilot and full self-driving. Now, where you can get the official Tesla information, at least for a Model 3, which is what I own, is on page 104 of the current Tesla Model 3 manual. Now, I am recording this on March 24th, 2021, and I went to the website and looked at the manual just today to make sure I was looking at the right one. So you will be able to find a lot of what I'm talking about here in the section on summon in the manual for your Tesla. Now, as I mentioned, summon really involves the ability to go forward, backward, or kind of drive without you in the car, which is actually kind of cool. Also can be a little scary. And with each of these options comes certain settings as far as how you can set up summon to work. Let's actually see what that looks like from inside the car. Now what I want to show is just how you turn summon on and the options you have when it comes to summon in the vehicle and in the software. So you will press the car button there, and then you will go to autopilot, and then you have summon beta. So it's obviously it's on now, so if it was off, you'd press that and that will turn it on. And then you can press this customize button right here. And this is where you can adjust bumper clearance, you know, all the way down to 8 inches in the front. I have it at 20 because I'm not brave enough to do 8. Summon distance, 40 feet is the max it's going to go. Side clearance, and I'll say that's kind of the big one for me. I try to watch it anyway. I find that it tends to not want to go into places that I think it's perfectly safe to go into if it's on standard. So I leave it on tight. And then again, I do by default have it on requiring the continuous press. I have that set to yes. So the no setting is required if you want to do the thing where you're in park and you tap the park button twice and get the summon feature that way. So that gives you an idea what it looks like. I do find it helpful when it kind of shows you the visual and it actually adjusts that. You can see there for the distance. And then for bumper clearance, you know, as I do this, it's showing the car. I don't know about you, but for me, pictures help. And now that we've seen some in-car footage of what our options are on how we can enable summon and what different parameters we can give it, let's take a trip outside and let's see it in use. Now, I do have to give a little bit of a disclaimer, and this is straight from the Tesla manual for the Model 3, like I have. It does say that summon is designed and intended for use only on parking lots and driveways on private property where the surrounding area is familiar and predictable. It is beta. This is not considered a finalized product, and that really hits home sometimes with how it performs, especially with Smart Summon. So let's go take a look. The first example we're going to give is we're going to give an example of reverse summon. So you can see, scroll down here, I will click on the summon option, and it is now connecting to the car. and we're going to do a reverse summon. So we will click the reverse button, and I do have it set to press and hold a direction. I do have the press and hold turned on, which is important, I think, because the car can react more instantaneously. If it's doing something a little bit crazy, you can just let go of the button and it'll stop. All right, I'm pressing and holding reverse, and you can see the car turning on and backing up, and it is very cautious, as you might expect. And it's just going, you know, blah, 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 doing its little thing. It's a maximum of 39 feet that it can go, forwards or backwards. And that's probably about 25 or 30, so we'll let it stop right there. Okay, so now we will do the same thing in reverse, ironically, which will be a forward summon. All right, so I will click now on the forward button right now, and you can see it blink the lights in the front, put it in gear, and now it's doing a forward summon. No pedestrian warning speaker system thing when you go forward, which is interesting. Although I think the idea, of course, is that you would do it into the garage. Now I'm going to let go of the button. Oh, I was going to let go of the button, but it's smart enough to stop. Look at that. Huh. I have to admit, I didn't think it'd stop because there's nothing in front of the sensors there other than the trees that you can kind of see out in the distance. But it just moves from pavement to grass, as you can see. So that is very interesting to me that it stopped, because when you look at the manual, it says that it will only sense things that are in front of the bumper. And I mean, the ground is in front of the bumper. However, it's not at bumper level. So I find that very interesting. Now what I'm going to show you is the Smart Summon feature. I am currently standing 80 feet away, maybe 80 to 100 feet away. And I realize there are no barriers in this parking lot. However, I just want to kind of show you how it works. So the car is parked forward, and you get two options when you go into Smart Summon. So I'll click on Smart Summon. You get the option, and you can see it's kind of got a path drawn out because it sees the parking area. So I find that very interesting. And that will all depend on how well mapped the area is where you're using Smart Summon. So you can either have it come to me, which is what it is now. I just press and hold the button, it'll come to me. You can see where it's got my GPS located there, and it kind of gives you the path it's going to go, which I think is very helpful. So you can hopefully see ahead of time whether you're going to get yourself in trouble or not. However, if you click this button up here, kind of the scope look symbol, like a scope on a rifle or something like that, then it's go to target. And I'm going to show you that next. So let me go ahead and have it do a come to me. And so I will press and hold that now. And it should follow that path that we're seeing. You can even see where it shows you it put it into reverse. Shows you the speed it's going, shows you the path it's going to take, and shows you what gear it is in. All right, now it's in drive. And this moves a little quicker. I do see it traveling a little quicker when it's doing the Smart Summon. And I think that makes sense because the summon and the reverse summon is really meant to be more of a into and out of a parking spot or into and out of a garage. All right, you can see sometimes it stops there. It's like, man, I don't know what to do. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And it's figuring it out. Let's see what it does here. Oh, it gained its confidence. It's coming around. And it's almost to me. You can even see that on the map. All right. And on the map, it says it's to me. And it came right up to me. As you can see, it's very close. So there you go. So I will let go of it. And the car thinks about it for a moment. And there you can see that the car stops. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to use that go to a location, or I'm sorry, go to target feature, and I'm just going to put it kind of down at the end here, at the end, so it's going to have to make a little bit of a turn. So you can see I've got my target set. It's figuring out the path it's going to take. So let's press and hold the go to target and see what happens. All right, I just pressed go to target. You can see it wake up, and you see it take off. Wow, they're gaining speed. Going right through some of the parking spaces. And this is why I picked a place where there were no cars. Although I will say, if there were cars, it would stop because the ultrasonic sensors would have caught that. So you see it going there, and it's making the churn, going left, right, figuring its way around to where I want to be, and apparently that's where it thinks I want to be. Oh, yep, and that's where I put the target. It says it's at the target, so I will let go, and then the car will shut off. Sorry for some of the horrible camera work there. I was trying to watch the car, watch my screen record on my phone, and watch the camera all at the same time. But so there you can see how that works with the Smart Summon Go to Target feature. Okay, so what I want to show you now is the Boombox feature when you're using Summon. Now I'm going to use it under Smart Summon, but this works the same whether it's forward summon or reverse summon. If you've not already seen the video I did on the Tesla software holiday update, I did cover Boombox in much more detail there. I will link to it below, and I will put a card up here. And so you want to go watch that, and you can see it in more detail. But right now I do have the Boombox feature turned on, and I have the Summon music slash song set to rock and roll, which is one of the ones that's built in. And I'm going to show you how that works when we summon the car. So let's go ahead and do Smart Summon. I'm going to have it come to me, and let's press the button and see if we can hear it once it starts coming this way. All right, so I got to press and hold the button here. It's starting up, backing up. And here it comes. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it is definitely playing the rock and roll music. Hopefully that comes through. If not, you'll get it from the other video I did on the holiday update, because that picked it up really well. Here it comes, the rock and rollin' Tesla coming to us. All right, there it is, almost done. Oh wow, it's gonna get all fancy. Gonna back up a little bit. Oh, don't back up too far. Oh, it didn't back up into the curve. And now it knows. All right, there we are, and it's all done. Oh, nope, my bad, it's going backwards again. Boy, it wants to come right to me. Such a personal relationship we have with our car. There we go. All right, so there you can see how it plays the Boombox when you have that turned on as part of Summon. And again, it does that in forward, reverse, and Smart Summon. The one thing I did find is in reverse, it will still play the typical pedestrian warning system sound, and then it will also play the music you have or whatever you have playing in the Boombox feature. All right, so you've seen the forward summon and you've seen the reverse summon and you've seen the smart summon, and those were all done with the app on my phone. There is actually a way you can do forward or reverse summon from within your car, and you set it up to do the summon, and then you can get out of your car. So the first step for that is you have to go into the car settings, autopilot, customize summon, and set require continuous press to no. You will get a warning there, as you might expect, given the fact that if you have continuous press shut off, you just hit the button one time and it's going to do its thing, and you're going to have to hit it again to stop it. So I'm going to go ahead and click yes. Now that we've got it all set up so it doesn't require continuous press, I am in park now, and if I double press on park, you can see it brings up the auto park feature. I'm back a little ways from the grass at this parking lot I'm at, so I will go ahead and do the forward, and then I will step out of the car. When I close the door, it will start moving forward. A way to stop this is to press on the car handle, and then it will stop. So I'm going to see if it will actually stop at the grass itself. I noticed when I did forward summon from the app, it actually did stop at the grass. So we'll see, because there's really no risk. There's not a drop off or anything like that. And as you could see, it actually stopped at the grass, and I'm pretty sure that's because it has a pretty good map of this parking lot. But nonetheless, that is a pretty neat feature. So that is how you can use the forward or reverse summon without the app and just do it from inside your car. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you found it useful. I hope it brought you some value. If it did, if you would please consider throwing me a thumbs up down below, hitting that like button, and make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you will see all of our future videos. It was great having you with me on this video on Summon, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.